Welcome back to Across Louisiana. Well, you might know that calling 911 might save your life, but did you know that calling 811 could save you a whole lot of trouble? And here to tell us how is Brent Saltzman with Louisiana One Call. Welcome to the show, Brent.
Thank you for having me.
Such an important function that you provide, but maybe one that not everyone knows about. So tell us a little bit about Louisiana One Call.
Sure. Well, first of all, we're a nonprofit organization. We aren't a state agency, however, we are statewide.
Fantastic. So you provide a very important function in help keeping people safe and property safe. So tell the folks a little bit about what exactly Louisiana One Call is.
Sure. Basically, the purpose of our program is to protect our members' facilities, underground and submerged facilities. And it's a simple task of calling 811. It's a nationwide number. We are the only notification center in Louisiana, so you call 811. And basically our role is we notify those utility companies whenever some excavation activity is going to occur within a certain area, and they go out and mark their lines to prevent any kind of damage.
Absolutely, and it's very important that people do that, obviously, before it's too late, before anyone gets hurt, and also it could get yourself into some hot water if you fail to do that, right?
Absolutely. We actually have enforcement in Louisiana. Typically it's related to hazmat-related incidences, but fortunately we do have enforcement in the state.
So Brent, tell me, who are the people out there that need to call 911 before they engage in any of those kind of excavation activities?
Basically, it's anyone who's performing any kind of underground excavation activity. And by law, the definition of excavation is movement or removal of earth. So anyone performing that activity should call Louisiana One Call.
And we talked a little bit about it beforehand. I mean, this is summertime now, so that's project time for a lot of people. It's really key, you know, now more than ever that they get this information out there. So if I'm someone out there, what does using Louisiana One Call cost?
Doesn't cost a dime. That's the beauty of the program. Our actual utility companies are the ones who support the program. We have over 1,000 members. So again, every time we notify them that they need to go locate their underground facilities and mark them, the different colors on the ground represent different things. Red is power, green is sewer, blue is for water, and so forth. Anyway, every time we notify them, that's how we get paid.
So really, I mean, it's easy for the people out there in the community to do. Just takes a second to pick up the phone and save everyone a whole lot of trouble later and keep themselves in the clear, right?
That's correct. Basically, it's all about safety.
Absolutely. I know you have some exciting events coming up you want to tell us about. Give us a scoop on a few of those.
Sure. A couple of events. We participate in a lot of conventions. We really try to get the word out. Again, we're a nonprofit organization, so we want to make others aware about the program. So we participate in conventions like the Rural Water Association Convention, which is upcoming. They also have a Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling Convention that's upcoming as well. And Louisiana Gas Association has a big event in New Orleans once a year. But that's just to name a few of the upcoming events. But we participate in a lot of conventions.
Obviously, some of the same utilities that someone out there who's looking at doing some excavating or digging going on is going to encounter, right?
That's correct. That's correct.
So I know that one of the key pieces of your legislation that you're concerned with now is House Bill 868. Tell me a little bit about what that does for Louisiana One Call.
Sure. It's actually the 10th time the law has been amended. The law, by the way, was created in 1988 to protect those underground assets. But this particular House bill was just passed and signed by the governor. Create a couple of other things. For instance, offset markings are allowed by law as well now. They have delayed markings is allowed by law, as well as a definition or a clarification between hazardous materials and non-hazardous materials. But that's basically it. One additional thing is the first time you break the law, there's actually a warning letter you'll be issued as opposed to a $250 fine.
Real quickly, tell the folks so they can go to find out more about Louisiana One Call.
Sure. Go to our website. That's the best way to reach us. You can see the state law as well. It's www.laonecall.com.
Brent, thanks so much for coming on and giving us a scoop on that. We hope to get that word out to everybody.
Well, thank you so much for having me.
Well, next on Across Louisiana, they're the first name in physical therapy here in the greater Baton Rouge area. It's Peak Performance Physical Therapy. Take a look, everyone.
Peak Performance Physical Therapy is a private practice, general physical therapy practice that we have grown over the years trying to service the needs of the patients in our area along with the physicians that we serve.
One of the great things that we try to do as physical therapists is not just treat your specific injury, but to help you return to the previous level of function you were before you injured yourself. We have the tools here and the passion for getting people back to that level of function that is really where we feel that they experience the joys of life.
Peak Performance treats all types of patients. We actually treat all types of injuries. We use the principles that apply to our athletes who need to get back in the game as quickly and safely as possible.
Our patients love the fact that we can take them upstairs into our gym and show them how to lift now the proper way to avoid further injury, how to avoid their back pain when they're squatting, or how to avoid their shoulder pain when they're bench pressing.
Education is a big key to what we do. We try to educate people, not just get them in and treat the specific body part. We want them leaving knowing what's going on, knowing a little bit about why their injury occurred and how they can prevent that from happening in the future.
We love to get somebody who's never been into a gym, who's maybe even been afraid to go to a gym because they think they don't fit in or they're afraid they're going to hurt themselves. And what we like to do is work with them in the clinic and instill in them proper movement patterns with correct biomechanics so that when we transition them next door to Spectrum and get them into a wellness program there, we teach them how to use the equipment properly.
Physical therapists are really considered the primary exercise specialists. We've worked for years from the rehab side of exercise, but now we're also getting into the prevention and the wellness side of exercise, and we can provide a lot of great information to our patients by identifying areas where they have needs or where they have problems and helping them tailor an exercise program around those particular needs.
One of the great things that we have here at the Perkins Road Peak location is that we have the Spectrum next door. We have an Ultra G treadmill, an anti-gravity treadmill. We can get somebody who can't run on there, take 20%, 30% of their body weight off and teach them how to run with proper form and then add the weight back on later.
The Ultra G treadmill is NASA technology, and actually what it does is it allows the patient to walk on a normal, regular treadmill, but through a system of providing air pressure, it actually lifts the patient off the treadmill in increments that we can grade as a therapist, and we can increase or decrease as we see they need it. We also use a vibration platform, which is called perturbation training. The vibration platform is really used for neuromuscular re-education. It challenges the joints a lot differently than on a regular flat, still surface. What we are able to do is increase the amplitude and the frequency of the vibrations that are coming from the platform. So the patient feels as though they're on a vibrating surface, which really makes the joints and all the receptors in the joints respond a lot more severely than they would on a flat, still surface. Our manual techniques are also very important. All of our clinicians are certified in ASTEM, which is a soft tissue mobilization procedure that's highly effective for a lot of common injuries involving soft tissue. The purpose of the ASTEM treatment is to stimulate new collagen production, new growth, and to kind of get the healing process to happen in a more normal fashion, in a more functional fashion, so that as that area begins to be taxed and utilized again, everything works more normally.
We also have full free weights and free motion pulley cable systems upstairs that we can teach people complex movement patterns, but with safe, effective, smooth techniques so that they don't injure themselves. When we work with our patients here at Peak Performance Physical Therapy, we don't just work with them inside the PT clinic. We also get them out inside the Spectrum gym. And they feel that that is a great benefit to them because it makes them realize that they're not just a patient and they're not going to always be injured, but that our goal is to get them back to where they were before they came to see us. Anything that you think that would help you be more active, be more healthy, and enjoy a lifestyle change towards better health, less pain, and more energy, that's our goal.
When we come back on Across Louisiana, it's time for Pride Fest again. Tom Merrill will be here to tell us all about it. Don't miss it.